I wanted to do as a cold open, I pop a bottle of champagne, because this is the first episode of 2025. Welcome to the new year, all that. And then while I was prepping for this earlier, I untwisted it a little bit too much. And then while I was sitting here on my computer, it just shot off and started spraying champagne everywhere. And I had told Josh about this, and he said that's a good metaphor for how the year is already kind of going. Yep. So
it's like, with any, if there is an arc of justice in the universe, like Elon Musk's most successful political maneuver will be, holding up the fucking budget talk or whatever, or not getting the budget passed. Like that's it. Spent the force.
Yep.
Uncorked.
All done. Prematurely popped. Welcome to the new year, everybody.
2025. Let's go. 2025, the year we'll remember that all the good things happened in.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I think we're barreling toward just great things.
Didn't Elon Musk lose some Saudis billions of dollars over the X.com?
Did he? I missed that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Famously, things turn out great when you piss off the Saudis.
I'm really hoping that he walks backwards into an embassy soon and then shows up in several suitcases so that
I was about to
I'll
say.
finally go back. I can finally use Twitter again.
Yeah,
Twitter become usable again.
I hope Elon Musk finds his way into a suitcase.
Several
parody,
preferably. Speaking of the internet sucking, I have something kind of unrelated, but something I won't want to say laughing about, but something I thought was really, really funny. I've just been thinking about for several days, which was that the other day I tried looking up a recipe for yummy, scrumptious, crispy, homemade potato fucking thing. What are they called? God damn it! Hash browns.
Hash browns.
I was looking for a nice. Yeah, I'm trying to do 3 things at once, so I'm kind of. Anyway, I was looking up a nice hash brown recipe online, and the first 3 results were delicious hash brown recipe in air fryer, and then I look up the recipe and it says this recipe will require 1 ingredient: frozen hash browns from the store. Step 1: put in an air fryer.
Oh man,
the internet's so cool now.
No, that is my go-to hash brown recipe because I am a firm believer in just having a giant package of those rounded corner rectangle hash browns. Just have them shits in the freezer, fry an egg, throw it on there. Though of course now an egg is going to become a luxury item. Now. I was in the grocery store on New Year's and I was seeing the egg prices at $10 and I'm like, that's a mistake, right? So I grabbed the eggs,
Yeah, we gotta all rush to get the eggs. That's what that means, I think, is we gotta all
Awesome. Egg on air fryer hash brown. That's famous Western delicacy.
That is so funny though. Looking up that recipe though, and it's like looking up a pizza recipe, and it's take out of packaging, put in oven for 15 minutes.
I was just thinking I think one of the most prophetic American films of American cinema at this point is Back to the Future Part 2 specifically.
I thought you were gonna say Idiocracy.
No, had to subvert it.
It's literally a documentary.
It is.
No, Back to the Future 2 is literally a documentary.
Yeah. We have hoverboard, or is that the future one?
Yeah, so we have hoverboards. There have been several Jaws sequels. They tried to do 3D, but it didn't work. A weird casino magnate is in charge of everything. We all
sports betting just runs the world. Yeah, the casino thing. You're right. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, because it's he went back to the past and got the sports he came from the future to the damn you, Zemeckis, in your convoluted time travel plotting. But that's right. It was old Biff took the future sports almanac back to 80s Biff, and 80s Biff got mega rich and killed Marty's dad and started fucking his mom.
It's like a Greek tragedy.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's goals right there.
Step one: go to the future.
I do love. Right, we were talking about Primer earlier, and it's like, okay, you have guys smart enough to figure out how to do time travel in a storage unit, and then like they can't think beyond it, so all they can think to do is just like petty crime.
Yeah, it's just like play the stock market.
It's like aren't these like, right, no one wanted, all these felt like cliches about like shitty businessmen or whatever, or shitty technology people for a while, and now it's just like literally the world we live in. It's like all of this shit is just to make it easier to predict stock prices. Like that's what the utility of AI is.
We live in a big fucking casino. Yeah, it's a casino. No, it's like the rich people live in a big casino. The rest of us live in a giant factory farm. Right. Yeah, there we go. And
the casino finances the factory farm.
Right, exactly. And like they're trying to get us in the factory farm to also become gambling addicts.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They keep being like, download the gambling app.
That I think that truly was like when I'm like, this is a dystopian future, when I found out about like once you legalize sports betting, and just like now it's just like our dumbest 21-year-olds are $50,000 in debt. Like, oh man, or just like right, it's like you don't even have a high school diploma yet, and you can just be an indentured servant to FanDuel. Like that's just an option for you. You can put all kinds of Chinese chemicals in your lungs, and you can go to debtor's prison for believing in the Buffalo Bills a little too hard.
Yeah, just like your body's 90% microplastic, and now you're like forever trying to pay off like that time you totally thought the Vikings would win the Super Bowl. Like that's it. That's the world we live in now. Welcome everybody to Fruitless. You are listening to Fruitless, a podcast hosted by me, Josiah Sutton. This is episode 54. Welcome to 2025. Featuring Josh, James, and Caleb, and I don't know, we just kind of hang out. It's a chill one. It's a lazy one.
I've been watching out plastic trash. Is recycling fake now?
It's always been.
I think probably I could just throw it.
We have the ability to recycle things, but we don't.
It's because it's not profitable. That's the thing. It's possible. It's just not profitable.
We also ruined our recycling relationship with China.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw it. I think I'm just gonna throw it in the bin anyway, just because I like the way it makes me feel to pretend that I'm doing something.
Yeah. You badass.
You get to put it in the recycling bin and just pretend you don't see them pour both of the bins into the same thing.
Like, I don't know if I've said this on mic, but I'm on like my office's green team, and like it's an absurd position. Well, it doesn't help because here's the way it shakes out. So the green team is to make all of the fancy pants economist people that I work for feel better about themselves. But the only things they can change in the office are just make more work for me, the guy who makes sure all of the economy folks have their treats. And so it's like, man, yeah, I believe in like saving the planet and protecting our natural heritage for generations to come. Like I do that, but I sit on this committee and I'm just in this double bind of like, okay, do we do the thing that's more green, but also like, does that, it's because it'll be like, oh, let's get rid of disposable dishes or disposable plates and flatware. Let's get rid of that.
Sure.
Well, that means I'm spending my entire day just running a dishwasher, and I have like other shit to do.
Right.
Yeah, that's
fair. Because it's like, God forbid, they lift a finger to do anything because they can't bill it to a client.
Right? I mean, that's the trade-off. It's like, okay, we want to do a green office. You need to be able to put your own fucking dish in the dishwasher.
A lot of
That's
my job
trade-off.
is washing dishes. It is very easy.
Extremely. Yeah. Or it's doing that, or they'll want like a compost bin, and it's like, okay, yeah, you want the office to smell like shit all the time, because that's what you're gonna get, because we're on the 43rd floor. Where do you want me to put this compost bin?
Windowsill.
Like, I mean, so it's funny. Just like, I don't know. Yeah. So we do things. It winds up being like a good way to funnel money to like environmental causes. Like, that's kind of because it's like.
That feels more productive.
I bullied them into, like, I just made it clear. It's like, okay, anything you want to alter as far as like the way treats are procured. So they're like, oh, we don't want food waste. It's like, oh, you want to eliminate food waste? Stop getting fucking catering every 3 weeks, or every day.
No more Einstein's bagels.
I know. Yeah.
You know what? But this is that they're not going to make that compromise. And this returns us to the James stamped phrase that has entered Josh and I's lexicon. The hog-like American consumer.
No, it's like, oh yeah, I want to do everything possible except anything that would inconvenience me in any way.
Yeah. I want to help the environment, but I'm definitely not like turning down catering,
Yeah.
Panera does not deliver itself.
Yeah. Oh man, I kid that I actually like my job quite a bit, and there are many lovely people in that office, but that is one of the absurd things on the margin where it's like, it's like you're joining, you join up with the office and they have all these like, because it wants to preserve this sort of like academic college-y feel, because it's a bunch of nerds. I love you guys if any of you are listening to this. I don't know. Yeah, at a certain point you just realize, oh, this is about good fees. This isn't.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
You can't do. There's nothing you can do that's gonna like move the needle anywhere.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to the Fruitless 2025 first episode of 2025. I got a cast and crew here of past, reoccurring characters on Fruitless. Of course, Josh. Hello, Josh.
Hey, it's me. I'm not talking about music this time.
That's crazy. Yep. And we got James C. Liker himself. Hello, James.
I just ate a burger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He literally joined this while cooking, so that's kind of why we're kicking off the year.
I ate a yummy, scrumptious burger, and now I'm ready to talk.
And we got my little baby brother, Caleb. Hello, Caleb.
I'm not talking about Supernatural this time.
Good job, Caleb.
Woo! We're done. It's over.
And you're not talking about Misfits. You're not talking about Glenn Danzig.
That was one time, and we don't ever have to talk about him again.
I kind of want to keep talking about him. I
love that episode. It's one of my favorite things we've made. but I like the Misfits. But I think after the movie, it's tainted him a little bit.
Yeah, you ruined.
Ruined Danzig. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, no, but that's part of it. I think you really do have to accept Danzig at his worst to appreciate him at his best. Yeah, no, he's not good.
I do not fault anyone for not liking him or any of his work.
Yeah, you can't really appreciate Danzig unless you can like the middle-aged horny version of him, like the like what if there was a woman with eyeballs in her boobs, Danzig. If you don't like that, then you can't appreciate.
Yeah, you don't get to listen to the Misfits anthology.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't get to listen to the Misfits box.
You're not a true fan. You can't like Mother.
Yeah.
Last Caresses in the garbage can. Never again.
Man, Twist of Cain is such a fucking banger. That's such an underrated Danzig tune. That's just what a riff. What a riff. Sorry, I thought we were not talking about.
No, we're talking about Danzig.
I know.
Supernatural is the band topic.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
I have officially banned that topic. Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's a dreadful show.
No, there is no set topic for today. I just wanted a low effort way to ring in the new year by hanging out with some buds, some people I enjoy the company of.
Shucks.
Shucks.
Hell yeah, dog.
And I guess, do some loose vibes here about what we see coming down the barrel here in 2025. Yep. You know what I mean? We get some predictions in so that we can find out that we're wrong later. That'd be cool. Maybe do some resolutions, check back in next year, see if we do them, something like that.
I have extremely bad instincts when it comes to making predictions. They're always going to be wrong. So I'm going to say that this year we are not going to fix climate change, and there is not going to be worldwide communism, and Elon Musk will not be found in multiple suitcases in the Saudi embassy.
The monkey paw is curling, and climate change. It's suddenly the average temperature of the Earth is already dropping. We can't let James be right.
No, I think it's it's oops all farces. I think we know what the tragedies are, and it's just we're going to watch as our world leaders just blunder into the collapse of industrial civilization as we know it.
Yeah.
So I mean that's going beyond predictions. I'll do it. I'm prophesizing over here. I'm doing a prophecy. I mean, I think, the arc the world is bending towards is that all of our lives are about to get simpler and a whole lot less convenient.
You know what? Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's just clear the way we've got everything set up is just going to break everything. And there's going to be a tiny breakaway civilization of rich perverts that are just going to be AI generating anime boobs for each other, while the rest of us have to figure out subsistence agriculture again. While the soil is completely depleted of nutrients and build desert power.
Finally.
That's the only move. No, I think you're right though, because it's gonna be I don't know, fucking, video games are gonna cost $2,000, and you're gonna start finding creative ways to cook with rice, and that's kind of gonna be the coming decade, at least. Maybe not this year, but
try and remember everything your grandparents said about what they had to do to live through the Depression, and
and then you got that.
Yeah. I eat a ton of rice, and also my girlfriend got me a PlayStation 5 for Christmas, so I think I'm going to be fine.
You're set. You already got the PS5.
I think I'm set. I think I'm going to be okay.
You're not going to have to buy it. Yeah, I got the Xbox X now, so I don't have to try to buy one post tariffs. So
still waiting to play GTA with you, buddy.
You can't stop nagging me even when we're on a recorded medium. We are on my podcast.
Ignore me.
We'll play GTA 6 together. That's what we'll do.
Oh, that hurts.
The window's closing on the PS5 for me. I think my move is just PC upgrade parts over the next couple months.
Yeah. Okay, I got an unironic prediction, but I'm people will remember it better if I'm right, so I'll make the bolder version of it. I think more realistically, this is a prediction of the next 5 years, but I'll go with this is going to happen this year, because if I'm right, people will remember it, and if I'm not, then no one's going to give a shit. AI bubble's going to pop.
Oh yeah.
We're going there. Yeah.
I think it's going to happen. I'm less and less convinced about the efficacy of AI really revolutionizing as much as they've been selling for a while now. And that I haven't seen enough results come out, aside from like you said, people AI generating anime boobs. I think finally investors are going to start yanking out here sometime this year.
I saw a really funny Blue Sky post, which is like, the year is 20 whatever, wherever it was in the movie. Skynet has become self-aware and realizes it only has 2 months left to operate and ask for VC money.
No, I think that's been kind of the investor line for a while, is like it's all going to shake out to some like really modest productivity gains in like white collar work, but it's not the like technological revolution they're selling it as.
But there's so much fucking money poured into it now. There's a lot of people being like, waiting. It's gotta happen to them, right?
Right.
And I think and I'm making the bold prediction that this is the year that rug finally gets pulled out. I think realistically it's within the next 5 years, but like I really
no. Because they're already seeing, because like the big hardware push this year was like AI enabled PCs, AI enabled phones, and it's like the iPhone 16's fucking flopping. Like nobody's buying computer shit. Like so like I don't know. So I think where AI is useful is kind of automation of existing systems. So it does seem to have some application within tech itself. Like it does seem to streamline coding to some extent. It does seem to be effective at that. I was talking with my buddy Carter. I think he's seeing some AI enabled automation in agriculture that's probably going to have some impact.
Yeah, I could see that being useful.
Funny enough, like my sister works in UX research for VR, and so I think you're right, Josiah. Like in 1 to 5 years, we're going to be talking AI like we're talking about VR now, like we're talking about the metaverse now.
It found its niche. It is still around, but it's not like, nobody got the metaverse. You know what I mean? Nobody's like actually hanging out at Decentraland.
Yep.
I think
like,
NFTs are going to come back this year. I think
apes are.
I think all my apes are going to go up.
I've been stockpiling the slurp juice or whatever the fuck.
Oh my god, I could not believe it. Like it's just like when all those tech guys like believed they could make a JPEG unique. Like they thought so they found a way to make a JPEG hold a value in some way, and
but you could own the Mona Lisa hypothetically.
I just think a lot of tech guys are trying to get in on like the ground floor on like being the next Steve Jobs or whatever, but I don't think that we're going to have another technological jump from having no computer to having computer.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I don't know what's going to be the next computer. And everyone thinks that like this is like, oh, this is going to be the new new internet. But it's like, no, I don't think we're going to have another thing like that anytime soon.
I think we're hitting a plateau right now. Like this is starting to be my position. And it's like one I don't want to say too much on a podcast because if I'm like wrong, I'll feel dumb, but it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter if I'm wrong, whatever. But it's like one I've been hesitant to say, but I'm like getting more convinced. Yeah. That like, I think everybody's looking for the next Facebook. Everyone's looking for the next internet, things like that. And I think we're not going to get one anytime soon. I actually think we're hitting a plateau of what is possible with the technology we have. And so we're just going to have to like learn how to adjust to the technologies we have like whiplashed everybody into being part of their life in the last 20 years. And like actually maybe orient that energy toward like, okay, how do you have an equitable social media? How do you have a social media that doesn't, inflame genocides and spread conspiracy theories, stuff like that, which is not, no one's going to do that. But like, that's where I think the energy should be going right now. Cause I think we've hit maybe close to the limit of like what a social media site will be or what like any of these like revolutionary things are. I think it's just, we're here now. We have to deal with what we have.
Well, that's a lot of good writing I've been seeing. McMansion Hell, Kate Wagner, she had a good
She's great,
she had a good post this week just about the state of writing as a profession right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad. It's real bad because it's like, okay, so we moved away from the legacy publishing model and we went to this platform model, and now the platforms are garbage. So it's becoming this like fragmented, individualized subscription model on Substack, Patreon. Again, we're part of this ecosystem. Like we're producing independent media too. Like, but where it used to be like, oh, to be a writer, you either like freelance for legacy publications or become a staff writer somewhere, and you're able to make a living. And now it's just increasingly fragmented, and there's less and less protection for individual writers. So instead of having an institution backing you, you have a social media following that that backs you. You try to cultivate stans who will serve as meat shields against you and the haters.
Yeah.
And so that's what you have to, that's what you have to do. Or you just have to bear the brunt of like every awful thing anybody wants to type about you on the internet. So yeah, increasingly there's less protection from like, so it's like, yeah, you can't do journalism. You can't do any of this stuff because you don't, there's no adequate protection from, just people telling you to kill yourself online or litigious action from powerful people you may want to publish something on. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And it's just bad. And just like and more these platforms are just full of garbage. Nobody knows how the algorithms work. Nobody knows how to make them work for themselves.
Well, dude, and like X is like really hostile to that. Like, not that I do anything remotely like journalism, but I do write like, a Substack, right? And nobody can see the link when you share a link on X. When you share it on Blue Sky, I usually get a few likes because Blue Sky isn't automatically hostile to it, but Blue Sky is also kind of a niche social media in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
It's not,
I think of it as like the Warcraft classic of social media. It's like they're like intentionally trying to capture an earlier era of Twitter where it was mostly like lib journalists just joking around on there.
Yeah. Like that's what it is. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely funny stuff on it or whatever, but it's not used as broadly, but it isn't doesn't have an algorithm that's hostile to link sharing, which was like one of the main fucking points of social media, so I don't know. Like, I kind of think like, it's hard to be a writer right now, I think, because like, with print journalism being like pretty much entirely gone. And that's a bummer too. Like, I actually, there was a deal on subscriptions to The Nation and that included a print one. It was like $10 for like a year. So I did it. Right. Cause I'm like, fuck, $10, whatever. And then I deleted X and Blue Sky from my phone recently. And so because of that, I took a copy of The Nation to work on a really slow day and I read an article and it was awesome. What happened to that? But that's just gone now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you can't, like, that's like not a thing.
Yeah. It's like, right. It's all, well, what is encouraging is I think this stuff will always exist as sort of a niche interest. Like, there's always going to be, this is one of the beautiful things about humanity. Like, even our most outmoded, unprofitable modes of production are going to be preserved by hobbyists. I don't, if you read Dawn of Everything, right?
Yeah.
Because he was making that argument about like agriculture, and he's really arguing against this idea of like linear civilizational development. So, he was, I can't remember, it was some like ancient village, but it was stuff that was like supposedly predates agriculture, but they still find there's built dwellings and there were pots where gardening happened. So it was like it's like, okay, it's not that they couldn't do agriculture in the way we think it's that they chose not to.
Sure. Yeah.
It was kept as a household, like almost hobby or practice. It wasn't this mass thing, but it's still like, even if they weren't doing this, it's like, then like, whoever's in the home or the women, they're growing vegetables on the roof or something, right, for funsies. But not as like productive labor.
So there will be people writing, but for an audience of no one, probably just as
pretty
a hobby.
Much, yeah. And I think that's again coming along with like our lives are going to be simpler and less convenient. I mean, that's something that I'm trying to disabuse myself of, right? Because I once had pretensions to being a creative professional or something like that, and then the more I actually did it professionally, the more I hated it. Because it sucks ass when you're not able to just do what you want, when it's like when you just do the thing and I'm finding that I need to do the thing for my own reasons, for myself. And so, I don't know. Is it such a bad thing? Is it such a bad thing to make a tiny little podcast for a circle of like-minded weirdos? Like, is that not the more valuable labor? Isn't it? Yeah. Isn't it nicer? Like, you might not make a living off it, but it's, no matter what, we're all going to be capable of, producing an artifact from our own imagination and sharing it with a few people that kind of really get where you're coming from. And
sure,
that's good. Yeah. That's good to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's give me a resolution, folks. What are you resolving to do this year?
I want to eat better and be less morbidly obese.
Oh, nice.
That's kind of the main thing. Dude, last year I lost like 50 pounds last year, and then I've gained like a good amount of it back. But I saw my picture of myself, and I was like still a little bit chubs, but I'm like, oh man, I was so cute. I don't know why I let myself do that. I think because of dopamine. And it's like, yummy dopamine, yummy treats, yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to, I don't know. It sucks. I just want to be, I wish that there was a way to be like Brendan Fraser from The Whale that wasn't bad for you. I want that life so badly. Just like do a computer job and then just like eating entire pizza and drinking entire 2-liter orange soda.
But like good for you. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
They should make a healthy form of being fat.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Yeah. It's like, it's not like a body image thing, you know, it's like a health thing, you know, at this point. I'm too old to give a shit about how I look. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a good resolution.
I've also been I want to get some kind of tabletop group going too.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the other thing. I mean, going back to the topic of people who do things just as a hobby without any expectation of making money or anything from it. That kind of reminds me of all of the supplement books I've been buying from like extremely I don't know how a nice way of saying this. Very autistic 50-year-old men.
Yeah, those are the guys that are writing supplements. That's right.
Yeah. And it's just like, that's cool, man. Yeah, I love to read that stuff, but I don't know.
That's good. Yeah, just do stuff because you like it. Maybe this year, you know what I mean? Just like, yeah. I mean, that being said, please subscribe to the Fruitless Patreon.
Yeah. Money is not bad.
I do need money.
Dang, I thought we were gonna do jokey, ridiculous resolutions, and James just sincere posted over here.
Okay,
so.
This year I'm resolving to be more cynical. That's what I'm resolving to do. I'm gonna be more pessimistic about where things are going.
I don't know. Yeah, like every time like a bad thing happens, then you get to be like, what, you thought a good thing would happen? You fucking dumbass.
Exactly. You rubes. You fucking rubes thinking anything's possible.
This is how I lived every 25 years of my life. An obnoxious told you so about pure pessimism.
Yeah.
I blame my father. He conditioned me.
That's the worst. You're being pessimistic and you're not taking responsibility for it. You're like, this is my parents' fault.
That's me.
Oh, you wanted me to be optimistic? Should have raised me optimistic.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean? My resolution, get weirder. Just get weirder this year.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think that, yeah, because I don't think I'm weird enough.
No. Yeah, that's a good move.
So trying to become a dad, which is kind of right when you look at the course of world events, yeah, people are correct to say, oh, you want to bring another child into this, and I'm like, yeah, I do actually.
Yeah.
No, I need to become weirder because the world's getting weirder, and the world needs weirder people to survive the weirding of the world.
Yeah,
it's true.
So I got to get more weird, and I got to produce an even weirder kid who will help alleviate the bad weirdness and increase the good weirdness.
You gotta raise your kid to be a podcaster. like groom them for that, you know what I mean, where it's like from a young age, like, you know, you're gonna be a doctor when you grow up, you like do that, but it's like you are going to have a mid podcast where you and two other white men make jokes about the news. It's a fucking family business.
Yeah.
I think that's the best.
My daddy was a podcaster. His daddy was a podcaster. Now I may just be a small town country podcaster.
This child's like, but Dad, I want to be a coal miner. No,
no, no. Sit down in front of the Blue Yeti.
Blue Yeti. I'll show you this. This is how Audacity works.
Dollar Shave Club. Remember it.
You were going to read that Blue Chew advertisement.
All this family wears is MeUndies.
Oh, there we go.
Caleb, what's your resolution?
Oh, fuck. Do I do a real one or a joke one?
I tried to split the difference.
You got to do one that's both. Or you know what? You surprise us.
Okay. now there's too much like pressure on it. It's gonna suck. Well, I mean, to be honest, I just want to actually like look at my phone less and like try to read more. And I'm trying to work on a D&D campaign, so do that. That's hard because I've got autism and ADD, and that's like a battle of my ADD wants things to change and me to do stuff, but the autism wants routine. So I just like do nothing and it's worse. And I just want to do something that would be good. So do stuff would be my my resolution.
Do stuff.
Things and continue being cynical, I guess, to piggyback off Josiah's. Because it's just been working so far. Why not give it a couple more years, see what happens?
Yeah, just see how it plays out.
If you need any help, I mean, this is the RPG. I mean, I just bought my freaking wife like way too much D&D stuff for Christmas.
Oh,
so,
nice.
That seems to be the theme on this call. Is we're all trying to.
Oh, I think this is the year we finally launched the Fiasco podcast we wanted to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to do
try
that.
Fiasco.
Yeah, I would love to have
dude.
you on one. We have I'll just say this on here because it's been years now. We have one game we recorded that I have like a 4-hour recording of, and it's also one of the funniest things I think we've ever done. Josh, Jackal, and I. And
I am shocked how well it held up. I am shocked how fun it was to revisit.
And I just need to edit it and then like put it on some feed just so it's out there because it was really fun, and I really want to do it again and like record it with some other folks. James would be a wonderful addition to it. Yeah,
that's what we should do. We just need to get like a monthly game going and just record it.
Yeah,
and, like just have that be kind of like the byproduct. Just be like, the point is we have a game where we get cool people, we have people we like, and the point is to just play the game.
There's just because I think Fiasco as a game is so, like, for those who don't know it, it's like really ripe for a podcast because unlike D&D or whatever, it's not a campaign, it's a standalone story. So you do it over the course of that one game. So each episode was standalone perfectly. And it has very little going on with like dice and stats and shit like that, which kind of bogs down like D&D podcasts sometimes. It's all about just storytelling. And it's, improving a story that's usually like kind of like a Coen Brothers, like comedy of errors type thing, you know, like crime comedy or something like that. It's so ripe for a podcast. There's only one other podcast that's done it, and they stopped doing it. Fiasco Knots, which is a very funny podcast if you get a chance. They did some really good ones, but it's been years now.
And it's super easy to come up with your own little like play sets and stuff, but man, yeah, we got to do that. So yeah, I will be in everybody's campaigns. Everybody can join my campaign. It's the year of just being insufferable fucking nerds.
Yeah. There we go.
I just picked up the Dungeon World book, which I'm looking forward to learning more about. I don't know if I like it. I'm not sure how much I like Powered by the Apocalypse system yet. It takes some. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it a little bit.
Hell yeah!
But also, video games are really good, so I've been doing that as well.
Yeah. Rediscovered that I have a Switch, and then like a huge jackass, I paid money to play the original Doom and Doom 2 instead of just downloading a WAD like every civilized person would do. So video games are extremely good. Like Doom is still an incredible game, and it's just the most like primeval first person shooter experience. It's just like you Doom's go back great. To old video games, Dungeons and Dragons, like the world is going to hell. Let's all retreat into fantasy.
That's right. I'm getting back into Diablo 2.
Nice.
This is gonna be the move.
Game.
That's the move this year.
Hell yeah.
You should challenge Elon Musk to a Diablo 2 match.
I think I could win that, and I'm not very good at Diablo 2, but I saw his Elden Ring build, I think I could.
But he's a globally ranked Diablo 4 player, Josiah.
Yeah. Diablo 4, yeah.
The richest man in the world. Oh my god.
Okay, that rocks though, because I love that. I
love that they published that as like a flex, like as if it didn't give the entire lie that the guy actually does nothing.
Well, because these motherfuckers, they always do this shit where they're like, yeah, I work 60-hour weeks. I only sleep 2 hours a night because I'm busy grinding all night or whatever. And you can't be doing that shit and then tell me you're the number one Diablo 4 player. Absolutely not. Okay, I know damn well what you're doing with your time. You don't deserve more money than me.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know, man. It's right. I am so glad that. Because there is a world in which I just doubled down on the aggrieved gamer nerd persona. And it's like all those guys are running the world now and it fucking sucks. And I'm like, wow, I'm glad I grew up.
Well, that's a positive way to look at it. Because the other way you could look at it is, had you leaned into if you became a Gamergator, you could be a member of the government now.
Oh my God.
You could have a cabinet position in the U.S. government.
It's right. That is an insane trajectory. It's like so you could have been a Gamergate journalist, and then you could have gotten Q-pilled, and then you could have worked that into a fucking cabinet appointment.
Yeah. You start writing about how video games got woke and that represents what's going on with the government or whatever.
I've been thinking a lot about the wokeness in video games, guys, and it's so funny because I was thinking about so let's say you're playing a game that's a high fantasy role-playing game, right?
Yeah.
And it's okay, you have a world with wizards, you have magic, and you have eldritch horrors beyond your comprehension. And then it's also you have a woman who's good at swords and you're like, oh, that's bullshit. That completely breaks my immersion.
Yeah.
It's okay, man.
This Moorish fellow seems a bit rich. I don't think this that seems unrealistic to me.
You know what? I think maybe one of the hardest I've ever laughed on a Fruitless episode was the 50th episode when I think it was Jake read Farming Simulator out on the woke games list. it's woke. Farming Simulator is woke.
Oh, I'm playing 9 Souls right now.
How's that?
It's good. It's a Metroidvania game with a combat system heavily inspired by the Dark Souls series.
Okay.
And then you play as it has sort of kind of an anime style. You play as a fox character, and it's in a cyberpunk kind of world.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty hard, but I don't know. I just started, so I don't know. I haven't gotten good yet, but I have a confession to make. I did not like Elden Ring, and I tried really hard to like Elden Ring.
Oh,
I am not a Dark Souls guy, so I can't speak to this. Yeah,
I want to be a From Software guy. I really do.
Yeah, me too.
And it's I have been every year I get a little farther in Bloodborne, but I have not beaten Bloodborne yet, and I'm approaching a decade of attempting to play this game.
I think there's a certain type of I don't know, pervert you gotta be to get really into those, where you get excited by the challenge. And
yeah, it's
I have a part of me that's that way, but it hasn't clicked for me.
I can't sustain it. I can get in that mindset a little bit, but yeah, I can't sustain it. It's not enjoyable for me to do it day to day. I have a weird streak where I'm I'm going to figure this game out. And then it gets a little too hard. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to go play fucking Far Cry 4 again.
I feel a little attacked because I did like Elden Ring, but I beat Jedi Fallen Order on the hardest difficulty, and that's a FromSoft knockoff.
So we got the pervert here. Speak to us from the perspective of the pervert community.
I lost a great amount of my sanity beating Jedi Fallen Order on the hardest difficulty, and it's not worth it. That was supposed to be easy. That's easy Dark Souls, but anything on the hardest difficulty is going to be hard.
Yeah.
And that final, well, first you fight this big bitch on a tree, and she just knocks you around, and then the final fight that took me like. Well, actually, the one on the tree took me more tries, but the final fight was harder. The one on the tree took me like 14 tries, and then the final fight I think was like 12 or 13.
Jeez.
But they, and it may have been even more than that. Like some where I just like got so mad that I didn't even finish, so I had to restart the next time I got on. It was because I was in college and was trying to vent my very clear depression into something.
That does it. Yeah, I get a little more of this pervert thing with like Paradox games and stuff like that, like the grand strategy stuff it comes out, but for whatever reason, like Dark Souls just hasn't grabbed me like that.
Well, the first time I ever played anything like that was the Star Wars ones, and that's the thing that got me into it, like made me want to play it, was the Star Wars, not the challenge part.
Maybe I just gotta like get Elden Ring and try it out, because I think there's a lot I might like about it.
Do like a magic build. That's what I did. You get really fucking powerful. I did the prisoner, and because he's really fast, he uses a rapier, so you just use that, and then you have a staff in the other hand, so you can be a sword and magic at the same time. And
dope!
That's easy. I wanted to be easy because I'm bad and it's fun.
Okay, dope. Okay, yeah, because I was having fun. Like one of my last Skyrim playthroughs was like a spell sword build where you do
those
like
are always really fun.
That's usually
one-handed weapon. It's because I used to be just like a straight barbarian. Give me like a two-handed claymore battle axe, and I'll just like brute force my way through whatever fantasy campaign this is. But no, magic shit is dope.
Yeah, I always would do like stealth archer, but as I like got more into Morrowind lore and stuff, I liked doing spell swords as a dark elf. I just pretend my guy isn't racist. Like in the lore, all the dark elves.
I'm playing the good dark elf.
I have an Argonian best friend, so.
Oh man, you made the dark elves woke, Caleb.
The slavery game.
Yeah, you made it woke.
It's so like Dune coded, and so like that's a woke fucking game, if we're being honest.
I think so.
Well, I mean, you can be bad.
Yeah,
most people do.
Man, I wish Bethesda like stayed as weird as they were on Morrowind.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the fact that we like the last two entries in the Elder Scrolls series are so fucking Western European. It's like such a bummer.
Yeah, Morrowind was so weird. I liked that about it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I get everybody loves Skyrim. I love Skyrim. I played classic. Skyrim so fucking much. Yeah. But it's like, okay, you do kind of like like Oblivion was kind of that more like British fantasy setting.
It's Dungeons and Dragons-y, cartoony fun.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna do a hard pivot. We're gonna be a little more Nordic. We're gonna be a little more Northern European, and it's like, I don't know, it's just not like it's just not like meaningfully different enough. And it's like they've already built up this like super rich fantasy world. It's like, just go to the weird shit. Just do the weird shit. Everybody wants to do the weird shit.
The most interesting things about those games is not really the human races or civilizations. Like the whole I've read a lot of the lore. Like the whole Oblivion. The most interesting thing that happened in the Oblivion Crisis was there was those portals popped up everywhere, and they popped up where the Argonians live, and all the Argonians like stormed it and drove them all out, so they never got like conquered by any Daedra. Like why didn't they set in Black Marsh and do Oblivion? That would have been pretty cool. But no.
Yeah, no, let me go to the Khajiit province. Let me go to the Argonian province. Don't let them just like hang out in fucking fantasy Europe. Like, go to the weird places. Like, come the fuck on.
The Wood Elves live in trees and practice ritual cannibalism. Why aren't we seeing that? It's like jungle trees and cannibalism. I am very down.
I don't know. It's Anyway,
why don't we get an Elder Scrolls 6? Do we know where it's going to be? Where it's going to be set?
It's still undetermined.
Oh, that's the big. What isn't that the big thing that like I don't know, what's the viral post going around? Like, it's it's been longer since the Elder Scrolls 6 announcement trailer and now than it was between the release of Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls 6 announcement trailer or something. Like, it's just been...
my God.
Yeah, I was in like that was like 2017 or 18. I was either in like late high school or early days of college. Like, that was a while ago, and it's just nothing. We still don't even know the province. Like, everyone thinks it's Hammerfell again, which they did that in.
But so the only thing we got was like a flyover of just an unnamed city and then a logo, and they're like, "It's happening eventually."
Yeah, thanks, Todd Howard Cole. Awesome.
He worked on Morrowind, and how did he lose the plot so bad?
Well, he was not the guy that made Morrowind interesting. No, they had a bunch of fucking like ex-hippie fucking sci-fi weirdos working at Bethesda when they were working on Morrowind, and they just leaned into all that kind of like sort of new wave sci-fi Dune shit. And then after that, they're like, oh, this was successful. We have to make this more boring.
Yep.
Vikings have never been done before.
Ooh, the exotic, the exotic northerner. Yeah.
It is awesome that it does like Orientalism about the Nordic race. I do think that's pretty funny.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're the victims in that game.
It's
not really, but
I love how, like, I just love how the Civil War plot pisses off absolutely everybody.
It's so lazy.
It's so bad. Yeah. It's like, okay, you've got this independence movement, but oh no, they're racist. But then you've got like an imperial power on the other hand that's like clearly subjugating this.
But then they're having their strings played by an even less tolerant group of high elves. So it's like,
oh, that's true.
Because they lost the war to the high elves, so the high elves have like embassies everywhere and kind of like use the puppets. So they don't really want to be in Skyrim for the most part. Like, that's if you talk to a lot of the soldiers, like higher up soldiers in that game, they're like, either they'll explain why they're doing it, or they're just like, I don't want to be here. Why are we still here?
Okay. Oh shit. Am I coming around again on the Civil War plot in Skyrim? Am I thinking it's still
bad?
Yeah, it's still bad. It's still bad.
I even though I don't like supporting an empire, I do I'm more sympathetic to the Imperials.
Because it's like they're at least like
not in Morrowind.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they feel weirdly cosmopolitan in Skyrim.
Yeah, well, because the Empire has existed for a while in that lore. Like, it's like the governments have stabilized, kind of. Like, it's bad that they conquered stuff, but it's trying to destabilizing stuff. Like, stuff would cause problems. That's what was happening in Skyrim.
Makes sense.
This is gonna be such a good episode.
Yeah. hey, it's 2025. Let's talk about Skyrim lore.
Never been done.
Man,
Oblivion's pretty good.
I think we're setting the tone for this year.
Yeah. No, I've been really just in denial about the fucking Trump sentencing, where it's like, okay, yeah, he did a felony, but I'm not going to make him face any consequences for it.
Yeah, he's a felon. He's a felon now, but like with no consequences.
And we're going to let him be president.
I got a buddy who's a felon, and like he couldn't leave state lines for a while, like cross them without getting arrested because he flashed a laser pointer at a cop during a protest.
Gee, yeah.
And
wow.
That guy got fucked.
Because cops are airplanes.
Yeah, well, no, cops are cats. They see the laser and they're like, "Oh man, what is that?
I gotta get that. I gotta shoot that."
Where'd it go?
It's next to that dog. Shoot the dog.
Yeah, the Trump. No, yeah, it's not a good sign for the first few weeks, week and a half of this year hasn't been great. There was 2 terrorist attacks on the first day of the year.
Okay, well, I have. As far as the cyber truck that exploded in front of the Trump casino, and so there's a lot of weirdness around it. but like the simple explanation of like, I don't know, just once I saw that text of that guy texting his ex, like, I feel like Batman or Halo, I was like, oh, this was an accident.
Oh God.
I feel like Halo.
Yeah, I think they just do that.
They do just do that.
No, just the idea that like this guy was like pulling up his Cybertruck just to get some really shitty selfie, and then it locked him inside and exploded, and he had to kill himself instead of burning to death. And it's like, okay, the guy was like a Green Beret fucking intelligence operator. This is a man who was going to hell anyway, so good fucking riddance. But like,
and he owned a Cybertruck, double hell.
Yeah, double hell. No, he rented it.
What?
Yeah, no, it was like he rented it. He rented it, and then it was like he had just gotten divorced, and so then he was texting an ex-girlfriend. He was like, "I rented a Cybertruck. It's so badass. I feel like Batman or Halo." The fact that he didn't even know the Master Chief is so good.
I feel like Halo is such a funny like last word.
Yeah,
you know, I feel like Halo.
Yep. In my rented Cybertruck, feeling like Halo.
It's like the big cars that you drive around. The
hogs. Yeah.
The hogs. Those hogs you tool around
I'm in a hog right now.
Do you guys see Cybertrucks very often where you guys are? We're all in different geographic locations, so I'm curious.
So since I live in Chicago, I see them pretty regularly. Actually,
okay. Josiah and I are in the same boat. Even with me in Missouri now, they're here.
They're here. They're not super prevalent, but they're there.
When I lived in Iowa on my commute back from the vet clinic, I would see the same two. There was one that was like a chrome, and there's one that was matte black. And I would see them on my way home like almost every day.
There's definitely like one or two in the West Des Moines area that I periodically see. Yeah, they're funny. They look funny. Like they don't look good. James, do you see them in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
Look like Roblox.
Here and there. And it's always shocked. I'm always shocked whenever I see them, just how bad they look.
It's
like
so
how
lumpy.
They're not impressive. Like they're just not. It's just like, oh, what is that?
I think that's what's objectively funny about them, though, is because you know the guy behind the wheel, or excuse me, the square. Is going like, oh man, I'm like Blade Runner, you know, like that's what's like. What's going
that was
on
so funny.
Head.
It's like you could imagine Blade Runner driving this. Oh my god, dude! Like I love that he outs himself as like a fucking fake sci-fi fan too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, you just read the fucking Wikipedia because it's like it's one of those movies nerds are supposed to know, but you couldn't be bothered to actually fucking watch it because your fucking ketamine brain can't concentrate on anything except fucking Diablo 4.
he did it with some Final Fantasy thing or something too. I'm pretty sure of just like calling something by the complete wrong name.
That's so cool.
That's what he does.
I feel like Zelda driving this car right now.
Mario's partner in the green hat, Waluigi.
I'm like...
So I mean, you've got like rare Cybertruck sightings. I've seen Cybertrucks in fucking promo rap in Chicago.
Oh my god.
Like, so they bought the Cybertruck to advertise their business, and they took it to like one of those shrink wrap places to get their shitty graphics plastered on it.
Oh, for some reason I thought you meant like there was like packaging that they hadn't taken off. I was
no, it's like right,
like
no,
a
it's
microwave.
Just right,
yeah.
it's just decal application. They do like a shrink wrap thing.
Like if they wanted to put moaning anime girls on it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That. Yeah.
I've seen people do that with hoodies. I've seen it on like drift cars, so it's soon to be on a Cybertruck.
Oh sure. So I think in one of my bros chats, somebody just posted a picture of I better confirm this before I can. Oh yeah, there it is. Like no, somebody's got a Cybertruck and then does like the schizo Republican thing of just like spray painting like Trump propaganda on it.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna It's a really bad photo, but I am going. This was spotted in Indiana by one of my college buddies. Shout out to Jim Darling if you ever listen to this. I don't think you are. You have too many kids.
Shout out to Jim Darling. This is going to be the thumbnail for the episode.
I like the photo. So I might. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put it in this. It's the most perfect photo of just like through like a really shitty windshield of just like driving through a snowstorm.
I'm trying to see so I see USA, Trump, and what is it? It's like, what is it that says
it's fent. It's fent as in fentanyl, I think. Fent USA Trump. USA Trump. There's a big American flag on the back. Like, it looks like shit. Somebody paid so much money. So somebody bought this thing and then fucking spray painted it and said, "Yeah, that looks badass."
Yeah, just like buying a Ferrari and then spray painting on it, like a patriot.
That conservative rapper who did a song with Ben Shapiro looks like he owns that car.
Oh yeah, that's the aesthetic.
I will say, fentanyl on with all that stuff, it makes it seem like a conservative rapper.
Yeah,
it's So I can confirm that this picture was taken in the state of Indiana. So I'm sure they have the highest, per capita conservative rappers in the nation.
Yeah, that's where they all come from, is Indiana. That's definitely got to be the case.
There are so many people that I love and cherish that live in the state of Indiana. So in that sense, like I have the same feelings about Indiana that I do about Ukraine. I am for the people of Indiana. I am for the people of Ukraine. I do not support the governing powers in either region.
What's the Indiana Azov Battalion? What's going on with that? What's the Indiana Liberation Front,
Michigan has been trying to annex Michigan City, Indiana for decades now.
Really?
I'm kidding.
No, I believe you.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's like, right, you have a place called Michigan City, and it's like 3 hours away from the border in Indiana.
Oh, that's funny.
No, a state with many lovely people, but just like awful place.
Terrible place. Yeah, one of the worst Midwestern things.
Yeah, that's up there with Nebraska.
And Iowa, I'll be honest, too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Yeah. Yep. Especially with the Kim Reaper and her never-ending party she's about to throw.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Oh man. So ever since you told me that like Iowa is the most ecologically altered state in the entire country, like I've been using that to great shock effect with coworkers recently.
That's one of those great fun facts that no one expects.
Yeah, no, it's like, okay, it's the most ecologically altered state, and you can't swim in any of the bodies of water in the entire place.
Yep. It's just all
because it's all run by fucking insurance scams and agribusiness.
When I was a kid, we'd go swim in the lake and throw weird gelatinous goo at each other.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that I don't have cancer or something.
Well, you haven't had to try have kids yet.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm like half microplastics is like half of my makeup, and then the other half is like manure residue, like agricultural nitrogen runoff or whatever. Like
delicious. I moved to Springfield, Missouri, and I found out they're like like city food or like local food is Chinese cashew chicken. That's what Springfield's food is.
What?
That's like a lot of restaurants are expected to have, even if it's not like an Asian place, Chinese cashew chicken.
Is there like a large Chinese population in? Okay.
It's Missouri.
Yum.
They like cashew chicken here.
What?
This town is fucking weird. It's owned by the guy who owns all the Bass Pros. He like owns neighborhoods here. His only competition is like Dick's Sporting Goods. He owns everything else.
Yeah, what's going on in Springfield? Like, what is Springfield?
It's funny. I would describe it. It's very different, but I would describe it the same way as how my like college town was, where it's a giant fucking strip mall.
Okay, so Springfield is a strip mall of a state in which the city food is Chinese cashew chicken, despite there not being a large Chinese population there.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's a lot of just restaurants and stores. There's neighborhoods and stuff. When I moved here, I was told not to live, I can't remember if it was south or north of Sunshine Street, because I learned that Springfield has I think maybe last year, it has the highest percentage of like, it's the highest crime rate per whatever in America. Really accurate statistic I'm telling you about. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of crime there is what you're saying.
There's a lot of crime. There's a 1 in 16 chance you will be in, or is it 1 in 14? 1 in 14 or 1 in 16 chance of being involved in a violent or non-violent crime.
Oh, is there like a couple in their family like coming down and doing money laundering?
Yes.
Yeah.
His family, I guess, own a banana stand.
I was doing an Ozark reference,
I know,
not Arrested Development reference. Okay, all right.
Same actor.
Oh, right.
We're riffing.
Right. I'm sorry. I started explaining shit to you rather than roll with you. My bad.
I'm the autistic one.
Yeah, I'm not good at yes-anding your joke. I apologize.
I made 3 autistic jokes this thing. I think I've used all my allowed jokes.
You got the official diagnosis. You can make as many
but how
as you
many
want.
times is too many? How many autism jokes? Is there a rule?
I don't know the rules. Sorry.
I guess I should know if anybody. And I say, let's keep going.
Well, what's going on in Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on a boss fight.
Nice.
You're on a boss fight right now?
Yeah, 9 souls. I just died, yeah. So thanks for breaking my concentration.
Gettysburg 2.
I'm sorry that I broke your concentration on the video game you're playing while we're recording a podcast.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was such a high effort episode. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I have notes here.
Well, you guys didn't do all the reading? You didn't follow the syllabus
you
before you logged on?
Reading with this.
I printed off the packet Josiah sent us.
Yeah, Caleb. Yeah, it's all Skyrim lore and various facts about the Cybertruck. Attached images of people severing their fingers with Cybertruck trunks.
Just the amount of cope in the like tech geek sector of humanity is incredible. Like just no matter what you say about any tech founder or how shitty like a Cybertruck is or how shitty just the state of tech is, they're like, you don't get it. They're geniuses. Oh my, no, it's so good. You don't understand it. And it's like, dude, I mean, it's not like a sophomore slump album from your favorite noise rock band. Like these are the guys that are getting all the fucking government funding now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you guys won. The least I can do is like call you an asshole.
Yeah. No, it's like, right. It's like they're, going back to, just the weird fact that there's like this weird jock versus nerd psychodrama that still like has our national politics in a chokehold. It's like, yeah, there's, you won. Like everybody's on the computer. Now. We're all going to see comic book movies. Like you can't escape nerd shit. That's the cultural dominance.
This is why I'm getting it. Okay, New Year's resolution. I'm already kind of doing this, but resolution. I'm getting into sports this year.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, I got a fucking Vikings hat I've been wearing. Okay,
dude, amen, brother.
Nerds won. All right.
Yep.
I'm not in the revolutionary proletarian position now.
Yeah.
Is you gotta get into a sport. I'm sorry.
You gotta pick a team. Pick a team. Get into a sport.
I am as it's not the Packers, it doesn't matter. And
dude, I'm so happy you're a Vikings fan. I know it makes the most geographic sense, but I love that this is another thing we can bond on now. Because I have been embracing I've been trying to get into sports too, and it just felt like artificial to just be like, well, I live in Chicago, so I should follow the Bears. It's like, no, I'm from Minnesota. Even though I wasn't interested, I grew up watching all those Vikings games.
Yeah.
No, I'm a Vikings fan. And that's just the way it is. Like,
if you say, "Is there a sports ball on?" You get put against the wall.
Yep, that's it. Execution.
That's the world we live in.
Is there a sports ball on? Death penalty.
Yep.
Out. No.
Sports.
If you tweet that during the Super Bowl, you're getting burnt at the stake.
What about grown men playing with balls?
Death.
Again, as a reformed bitter nerd, right, there was a time in my life where I'm like, fuck sports and I hate small talk, and like now that I'm like a grown adult man, I'm like the human survival kit is like, enjoy a sport and learn to love small talk.
Yeah. Those are the things I used to shit on all the time as a teenager. Fuck sports, fuck small talk.
It connects you to the majority of humanity. It allows you to unlock doors you thought were impossible. It's literally magic.
Yeah, like I will have like a guy that like I still have like that high school brain we're describing, right? Where a guy walks up, meatheady type guy walking past me that like my fight or flight is triggered. Like I'm like, he's gonna give me a wedgie, he's gonna shove me in a locker, and then he goes, "Bro, Vikes, hell yeah, man." See the hat?
It rocks. It's so good. Go. My moment like that. I was at Riot Fest, and for some fucking reason, I decided to wear my Vikings hat that day, like just as like a lark. I'm like, oh, I'm going to the big punk rock festival. Better put on my sports hat. But then I think I was watching like Queens of the Stone Age, and there were two like older punk rock. It's a rock festival, but then there were like two kind of older guys, but just like normie dad types, and the Vikings had a pretty bad loss that week, and they turned around, they looked at my hat, and they just like got real somber, and they looked at me like, "Sorry, what happened to your guys last week?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, man." And it was so good. Like, I'm just like, wow, this is like, I've been shutting myself off from this for most of my life. This rocks.
Yeah, it is literally a social cheat code.
Team. Just pick a team.
I literally, if you don't, okay, you're somebody who's like, oh, I can't get into sports. I don't know how. Here's how. You pick a team. Yep. Probably doesn't matter, but I think if you like read a little bit about a lot of teams, you'll just end up like one will gravitate to you. Okay. That's your team. Download the ESPN app and just check the score once a week. That's it. That's all you got to do. Just look at the app and go, oh, did they win? Oh, they won. Okay. Now you have a thing to talk about with random people for a week.
It's so good. No, it's like, follow sports and just enjoy talking about the weather, and it will improve your life.
Yes.
Like your life will get so good because you can just move through the world so smoothly. You can bring light and joy to random people's life. You can have a human connection with a stranger.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And this is ultimately disassembling that high school brain thing we're talking about, because like the whole high school click brain that people hold on to on the internet, or like weird tech guys do, puts people into boxes, and they don't fit in those boxes. Because in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm a bit of a nerd. I'm a bit of like a music guy. I'm around these kinds of people, and so I don't like sports. And then you meet like all those people are also kind of in sports. There's tons of people that are like that are into sports. Yeah. Okay.
No, sports. Real sports guys are fucking nerds.
Oh, really? Or just like, I mean, at my job, it's just like, I don't know. In my head, I'm like, yeah, sports is what like meathead straight guys are into. Every fucking gay person at my work is into sports. Every queer person I know at my job is into sports. Okay? There's nothing. The boxes don't exist. James, what are you saying?
I've been thinking about getting into baseball because it's a turn-based game, and I'm into that kind of stuff.
Hell
there you go.
Hell yeah. Baseball's good. Baseball's very
good. I feel like that's one of the nerdier sports.
Truly, yeah. Watch the 30 for 30 about the invention of fantasy baseball, because it's the perfect intersection of nerdery and sport stuff. Because I mean, the basic like cliff notes on that is like, so fantasy baseball is they invented fantasy sports. Fantasy football is based on fantasy baseball. Gotcha. But it was invented by a bunch of people in the New York publishing industry. So they're a bunch of literary nerds, but they're also obsessed with baseball. And so they're the ones that they're like, what if we took these, they took that primary activity of their childhood, which was reading box scores in the newspaper and looking at stats on baseball cards, and they turned it into a tabletop RPG where you get to be a baseball team manager. And they called it Rotisserie League Baseball, and they only copyrighted under that name. So everybody else is like, oh, we're going to do this for these other sports, but we're going to call it fantasy football. So it's like these people never saw a cent of what is now a billion-dollar industry.
That's insane.
So watch Silly Little Game. That's the episode. 30 for 30. It's 30 really for 30, fucking good.
Silly Little Game. If I remember, I'll put it in the show notes. I also say, like, this one's kind of a normal recommendation for the type of side of Twitter and online I think we're all kind of on. But I will say, John Boyes, man. Ooh, John Boyes' YouTube stuff as like incredible, because he intentionally was like, okay, I'm trying to make sports documentaries on YouTube for people who don't watch sports and are like into Adam Curtis. Like that's the vibe he's going at it with. You know what I mean? And his series on the Vikings is fucking awesome. That's what helps me. I still need to finish it, but just that first episode of just like going through the straight up mythology of that team is just like, wow, I didn't know that before. And I feel so much more in touch with my Minnesotan roots after, hearing the story of Bud Grant. Is it Bud Grant? Yeah. Bud Grant's the big famous coach. Yeah. But he's the first Vikings coach. But the whole thing of like how this guy got his philosophy of everything is like this story of him getting lost in a snowstorm while hunting with his brother or something. And I'm just like, that's the most Minnesotan fucking thing I've ever heard. My favorite chunk of that is Bud Grant not liking the Super Bowl. He's like, him like having a principled stance against the existence of the Super Bowl is such a funny idea to us. It's now. So showy. I love that, because it's like once you get to know that team, it's because it's like historical. Like a thing John Boyes gets into is from a numbers perspective, like it's one of the most consistently high quality teams. It's just they never win when it matters. Yeah. Like, and it's kind of reflective of just this commitment to playing good football. So they've always been this really entertaining team to watch. They've always been an incredible team to watch. But they just can't win a Super Bowl. They just can't win a Super Bowl. They can barely get to a Super Bowl. They can barely complete a playoffs round. Like we're watching that right now. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. They're in the wild card round. Yeah, this will probably be out by the time right around the day that game's happening, I think. But last chance right now, wild card against the Rams, and I don't know if they're gonna make it, but I was bummed how bad they got crushed by the Lions. But if any team should dominate the Vikings, it's the Lions, because fucking Detroit's had it hard enough. The Lions deserve every it's like the Lions deserve every good thing that happens to them. I am never gonna quibble with a good thing happening to the Detroit Lions. Sorry, this has been Josh and Josiah's NFL Corner.
You guys ever watch sumo wrestling? Actually can get that's a sport I can get behind because it's simple. You push each other until you're out of the ring. I can handle that. Two huge, ungodly strong men pushing each other half naked.
Yep. So that's actually a great hack. Get into a niche sport.
Yeah.
If you can't do NFL, if you can't do baseball, get into fucking cycling or sumo wrestling.
There you go. I mean, it's not as niche, but soccer is also, I think, more accessible than people give it credit for. The game is really simple. It really isn't hard to follow once you start following it. Actually found it way easier to follow than football.
Yeah, that's my next project, is just getting into soccer.
Hell yeah.
Because that's the one that unites you with the entire world.
Yes. Yeah, that's the one where you can bond with like, white jocks in America, with the football or whatever. But then it's like if you want to like bond with like Latino jocks you meet, it's the soccer man. That's how you get it. Not even just Latino though. I mean, lots of different people, but anyone who's not just like originally from America, if it's like most immigrants in this country like soccer a lot. And I think it's growing in the U.S. too. I mean, Messi's playing for an American team now. I mean,
oh wow,
yeah,
it's that's been a positive development. The rise of professional soccer in the U.S.
I think so. Yeah.
Overall, I think a lot of my college buddies felt like they were on like the bleeding edge of being into soccer as an American. So yeah.
It's getting popular with a lot of like the youths too, because I know there's this one streamer who's like really fucking popular, who's like really into soccer, and he's like one of those streamers that like causes riots when they show up to places. So like he's like super into soccer, so I'm sure that's gotten a lot of kids into soccer too.
Yeah, I think it's happening. It's growing.
Yeah.
Okay, so if there's one positive thing happening in the world, it's the uniting power of football.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I really I have more hope in the state of sports right now than I have in the state of politics in America.
No, I mean, right. It's like 100% geopolitically going down the toilet, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, if there is like a bright core to humanity, I think like it is like our ability to unite around these silly games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And expression through art too, because I feel like everything feels hopeless. But the two things that I'm not bummed out about right now is I feel like movies are a bit better, and I feel like music is starting to people are pushing boundaries again, which is what music needs.
Hell yeah. There's always some shit to get into.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd quibble about no, you're right. On the whole, movies are okay.
Yeah, I would say it's very recent. I just saw Nosferatu. Yeah. I'm like, that was fun.
Yeah.
It does. There's a bit of a backlash to like the Disney industrial complex. It feels like starting.
Disney needs to be destroyed.
No, I do like that comic book movies are finally starting to eat shit a bit.
Yes, that's kind of more what I meant. Is it feels like good movie, like at least like remaking these horror movies, like with Nosferatu, or they're doing Frankenstein, like shit like that. That's a lot of. It's been done before, but it could still be fresh because you're acclimating it for the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, and it's like these are such rich texts to begin with. Like, there's always something to be gained from further interpretation. So, I mean, it's like, right, it's not the same as a remake because Nosferatu is not IP in the sense that Mickey Mouse is.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's a derivative character from a work of literature. No, yeah, that's been heartening. I just think the state of film production is just especially sad right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. Again, there's still plenty of good shit being made year to year. Like, people are still making good movies, but it's like using big budget Hollywood productions as kind of a barometer for where the culture's at. Like, yeah, I mean, last year we had a box office top 10 that was nothing but sequels, and that's like unprecedented. And it feels bad.
Did you guys see The Substance?
I still haven't seen The Substance, but I've
Not yet,
only heard good things.
It's so good. It's one of the wettest movies I've seen in a long time.
Oh, dude.
I love a goopy movie.
A lot of goop.
No, I want to leave the movie theater sopping, if we're being honest.
No, that's the thing about CGI. It's too dry. Even your goopiest CGI is too dry.
Yep.
All your dogs look like people, and everything is dry as a bone.
Yeah. I'd say it's both. Yeah, it's one of the best body horror films I've seen in a long time. I'd say it's like peak Cronenberg tier body horror, and also on top of that, it's also very, very funny. So
even better.
That's a. It's
got. I was hooting and hollering at the third act. Like the ending is incredible. So yeah, I would highly recommend. I don't want to spoil anything about it, but I would highly recommend The Substance. But that was one thing that made me think like, oh yeah, you know what? I think movies are coming back. I think movies are good again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard it was good. Check that out.
God, I haven't been to a theater in a while. I should remedy that.
Yes. I know that's funny to say as someone who works at a theater right now, but me too, actually.
Oh, how's working Christmas?
Oh, working Christmas was fine. Actually, it wasn't too bad. I was like bummed about it. I felt like a bit of a baby about it, but it wasn't too bad.
I think I've worked a Christmas or two, and or like a Christmas season or two, and yeah, it's never as bad as you think it's going to be.
Yeah, I worked it too, but it was in the midst of a 10-day work week, so I didn't even register that it was Christmas. It was more just, I'm working a shit ton.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
oh man, a 10.
Yeah, that was
10 day. That's oof.
I was switching schedules with somebody, and that's how they want coverage to maintain there for that full time. So yeah, it's over now. I've already gone through another regular week after it, so I'm back to normal. I still don't feel recovered. I feel like I need a 3-day weekend for that.
Yeah, I did 8 days in a row recently, and it was God.
A week straight is horrible but doable, but once you get to 8, that's when things start to not feel real. All the days like meld together in your mind.
Yeah, not fun.
No.
Okay, yeah. Again, if I know we were on a non-recorded call earlier where I did complain about my job a lot, but yeah, if I complain about my job too much, like just fucking shoot me, because like I won. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I've won the fucking lottery. I got like, I don't know. I complain, but it's straight up the easiest job I've ever worked and the best compensated, and that's what you want. So
yeah, there you go. Hell yeah.
And I've had a job. It's a job where I've made a lot of friends, and at the point where I think those friendships will transcend my employment there.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
That's good.
So that's pretty dope overall.
Hell yeah. You don't get a lot of those. I don't think.
So that's something I've been thinking about this year. So maybe this is another, just getting back to like 2025 and what it may hold for us. Yeah, I think it's a year of the assholes being emboldened. So you're going to see more return to office policies, more. Yeah, I think work is going to suck this year.
Yeah.
I think bosses are going to be less patient. Like, I don't know. I just hate how it is that baby brained. Like there is just like a class of people that run everything, and they do just take cues from the guy running the country. They're like, oh, so he's a dick, so we can be dicks now.
Yeah.
And the guy before him wasn't enough of a dick, which entitles me to be a dick.
Yeah, Biden was too much of a pussy. He was too much of a pussy lib. Like,
so yeah, what tier do you think Brandon's going to go down as? As far as president tier?
I think, you know what I'll say, for me personally, it's up to how bad this Trump administration is.
Yeah.
Because if this is as bad as the most like alarmist liberals are, kind of suggesting, and a part of me does feel like it is in this coming 4 years, then yeah, I think Biden will go down as one of the worst presidents in history.
Yeah.
If it's as bad as it seems like it could be, the Trump admin, because Biden will be the guy that handed it over.
Yeah, now he's one of the most irresponsible presidents we've had. One of the most stupid.
I mean,
without a plan.
Yeah. But I mean, overseeing an act of genocide is already like a lot of fucking points.
Aiding and abetting it the whole fucking time when he fucking knew the majority of the American people disapproved.
Yes. Combine that with just in general, just like clearly more and more as we've learned more and more about how that administration went, clearly not knowing what's happening most of that 4 years, just being, barely alive, it seems. And then, if the Trump admin ends up being like a fucking fascist dystopia, like if it really ends up being as bad as it feels like right now, if it really does become like that, if we do witness mass deportations of immigrants, if we do see like fucking genuine, like, extensive crackdowns on queer people, stuff like that, then I think he'll be remembered like Hindenburg, the guy who handed Hitler power. You know what I mean? Who oversaw the dying Weimar Republic. I mean, that's, but if it's not that bad, then he'll go down as a still pretty fucking bad president.
Like just one of the ineffectual middle of the road fucking caretaker administrations or whatever.
Yeah, like handful of good like infrastructure projects that even then I don't know how much, we won't see the impacts of that for years. Like, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like that's been the downfall of like the liberals recently. They've been more like it's this weird taboo about actually doing anything. It's about technocratic fixes on the margins that invisibly improve things. And then they get fucking butthurt that people don't recognize it. But it's like, no, you didn't do the show. You didn't do the thing people want. You gotta the way to go down is like a great president isn't to be this, the best technocrat. It's to throw the people red meat and also do the technocrat shit.
You got to give the hogs their treats.
You got to give the hogs their treats.
I'm American, damn it. I'm just a big clapping seal waiting for a fish. Chuck it down my gullet.
I mean, I appreciate our optimistic look at the future here. It's going to be.
This is resignation. This is no. I mean, it's. I'm torn between that. I think I do believe in a fundamental decency to humanity. I do believe overall as a species, we want what's best for our families and our communities. But we live in a time when those energies get captured and distorted by an amoral elite that use it to sow dissension amongst us so they can do what they will with this world's natural resources. I don't know. Yeah. So it's, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like part of my life I saw a wave bending towards the good, and I've seen victory snatched from the jaws of defeat. I don't know what, just like blunder after blunder, if you want the millennial experience of geopolitics, it's just the mountain gouging that guy's eyes out every time where, it's like you think the good guy's going to win. You think, he's got it in the bag, and then it's just this last minute horrifying conclusion. That's just what it's been like for like the last decade. Yeah. So I mean, at a certain point, I think, just so you're right. Maybe I'm getting more cynical about national politics, geopolitics. But I am gaining more hope in humanity in general. Like, something that I keep thinking about and I keep bringing up in casual conversations is that this species survived a bottleneck of 100 individuals.
Yeah.
We in 50,000 years of human evolution, we were reduced to 100 people, and we fucking bounced back. And I mean, there's going to be horror and suffering for sure, but not all of us will suffer and die. And I don't know. And I think human beings have been able to cope with and transcend horrifying circumstances before. So I don't think we're going to innovate our way out of these crises, but I think we're going to survive them. And I think we're going to be able to, even if this is the beginning of the end of the world, even if this is the beginning of total ecological collapse, we're going to make the ride down interesting. So maybe that's just me coping. Maybe that's just me trying to justify some selfish desire to just, continue my own genetic legacy or whatever. But like, I don't know, this is, we as a species on this planet have been through some scrapes before. And I don't know. I just don't think, while I respect many people's decision not to procreate, and I think there are many great reasons not to have children. I don't know. I just think antinatalism in general is bullshit. Like it's fucking cope. It's fucking weak. It's fucking anti-human. And there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So even if it's all burning, just fucking live while you can.
Get into video games. Get into sports.
Yeah.
Hang out with your buds.
Listen to a new music genre.
Yeah.
Try something different.
I don't know. Yeah, just enjoy art, enjoy life, enjoy food. Which, James, you want to eat healthier? I got a cookbook of tasty, healthy dishes. I can share some recipes.
Some tasty
nice
shit.
And they're all like super quick and simple and taste good.
Yeah, I would say that throughout history, there's always been a common desire or a belief that people have that they're at the end, that this is the end of the world, that we're at the end of something, that something's changing, something's ending, that we're the last ones here. And I think that you still, even if the world is ending, you still have a responsibility to others, to those around you, and to your fellow humans to be kind and to work towards just trying to ameliorate the suffering the best, whatever's in your power to do. And also, I take back every bad thing I said about PlayStation 5. It's really, really good. And so I think everyone around you, and also get a PlayStation 5 before it costs $2,000 because of tariffs, and I think you're going to be okay.
Well, I think that's a wonderful note to wrap things up on.
Hell yeah, dog.
Is there anything you guys want to plug or something before we close it out?
I've been enjoying a lot of media. So check out media.
Like, go consume some media if you haven't. Maybe this podcast, perhaps.
Hey, for a mere
50 more
$3,
years, fruitless podcast.
That's right. A mere $3, and you get 2 extra episodes a month. I'm just saying. And the more of you do that, the less shifts I have to work, and that's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch Clearcut. It's a good movie. That's my thing.
Hell yeah.
Man, what? I'm gonna plug the 1970 whatever George Roy Hill film, The Sting.
Hell yeah.
More dad cinema. Every dad ever was exactly correct about that film. Go watch it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. Just live life, just hang out. Watch I don't know. I watched Bicycle Thieves recently, like the 40s movie. That was really good. You can watch that. Or listen to either The Drones or Tropical Fuckstorm. That's my plug.
Nice.
That's what I've been into.
Yeah. If we're doing music, listen to the Dead Kennedys. It's very prophetic. And watch The Seventh Seal. It's a bummer. It's funny though.
Listen to the Thermals. I'm just looking at my Spotify now.
Thermals, yeah.
The yeahs. You can listen to them.
Listen to Super Besse, the Soviet wave band.
Listen to Cursed, the fucking sludgy hardcore band from Ontario.
Nice.
Listen to Horsegirl, the post-punk band from Chicago. They're very good.
Listen to Murder in a Foreign Place by M.I.A. Not the crazy M.I.A.
Okay, like the Born Free album, she was a fucking G for that.
Then what happened?
Paper Plane still rips. Like,
it does.
She can do whatever she wants. That song exists. Still good. All is forgiven.
All is forgiven.
I don't know. She's recently she said some things.
I don't know. She's like a weirdo kind of bad Christian now, isn't she?
Yeah, she's an anti-vaxxer. She might be a Zionist.
Why?
She's conservative for sure.
But
like, the weird, like, or maybe libertarian, the very distrusting of the government, but to a point where it's just a, tinfoil hat wearing.
That's a bummer, but kind of understandable at a certain level.
Well, today's episode was brought to you by our lovely patrons, who include Avakai Brodagam, I Drink Corn Syrup Yum. Hey, that's James. Hi, James. I am once again Leo Zachary Dickinson, Philip Cozy, Vita Breva, 2007 Kristen Rock, Attention Francis, Derek Hale, Gavin Aronson, Kyle Gannis, Metric Conversion, Mitchell McKinley, Moss, Nathan Thiessen, Racecar, Regular Size Horse, parentheses, Small, Robert Eilman, Steven, a.k.a. Spike Stonehand, The Worst of All Possible Worlds, Vicky Sutton, Yeens, Aaron Thompson, and of course, Chris Barker. And now we're done.
And Thanks for mom supported the cause.
She does, yeah. I don't know if she listens.
She listened to the Misfits episode.
That's hilarious.
She liked it. She thought it was interesting.
The algorithm were relying on chance. Went to blow out the chamber like a charlatan. His name was Kasparov, and one of all the girls loved. And in the USSR he was a god. Deep blue as a 64-bit lightning war. He was a data crushing fucking of a Commodore. He was a Mongol horde of a checkerboard. He was shocked and all with an intercore and a thing for the extinction of the dinosaurs. 30 RS6000 SP spin 120 MHz P2SC. The LSI running AIX Chuck Norris versus Boss in the Valley of Death. A sky with a world, a shore without AC, a sun without heat, shining like you can't see. I used to worry, wonder that I feelings too, but these days I'm worried that is not true. Kasparov stuck his prowess on his claim to life, and he wasn't about to lose it to a traffic light. Machines don't cry, they don't concede. I like the shotgun with the Krogan you're about to eat. 30 RS6000 SP thin 120 MHz V2SC. The LSI running AIX Chuck Norris versus Boris in the Valley of Death. A sky with a A-world, a shore with a AC, a sun without heat, shining like you can't see. If silicon is prone to make your dreams come true, you could probably say the same thing about nightmares too. To shock, and all the veins in Gary's forehead went pop, pop, pop. If I be innocent, I make your dreams come true. Well, I could probably do the same thing with your nightmares too. 30 RS6000 SP fit 120 MHz linked to a C. The LSI running AIX Chuck Norris versus Boris in the Valley of Death. A sky with a A-world, a shore with a AC, a sun without a heat, shining like you can't see. If you ain't worried that they're gonna do your work for you, you recall I said the same thing about farming too. Kasparov so I fight and cry out in despair. We are commanded by the monsters we have brought to bear. Ain't nobody does the dishes, the turkey's for Christmas. Gaslighted by the telephone, the pussy jobs in business, and no one in the future plays chess or cares.